scorned. This is IWC's third annual installment of Hell Hath No Fury. At ringside, I'm Joe Dombrowski, joined as always by Jay Worthington Farnsworth.
Howdy, kids. Welcome to hell. Oh wait, Elizabeth.
Introducing first, from Erie, Pennsylvania, weighing at 210 pounds, fabulous John McChesney.
John McChesney, certainly one of those scorned individuals. He, for months, thought himself worthy of a spot in Super Indy 6. However, he lost his qualifying matchup to Jake the Snake Roberts, of all people. But after constantly whining and protesting, Norm Connors let him in about 2 seconds before his match started, and 6 seconds later, a Ricky Reyes chokeout led to McChesney eliminated quicker than anybody in Super Indy tournament history.
And really, he has right to be angry. He was in. Norm took his pass away and then conned him in his chance to get back. I'm not saying that that he may not have thrown a fit or two, but he was justified in it, Joe.
That's highly debatable, I'd say. And McChesney has words I think we're going to hear his anger expressed.
Turn it off! Turn it off! No one's going to turn the mic off on me, because I got something to tell all you togs out here in Elizabeth.
There are a lot of them, too.
Stop it.
You thought that was funny last month when Awesome Tom takes me away, huh? You thought that was funny. Don't you clap. What I gotta tell you right now is I went ahead and made a little special arrangement tonight so I can laugh back at you. I just so happened to call PETA. And I had Jake the Snake Roberts Snake removed from this building.
Oh, come on.
It's about Vendetta's not gonna have a snake thrown on him. Why? Because first Vendetta's gonna win. Because Jake doesn't have a snake. The only snake that anyone here in the right's gonna see is when I drop my pants and show you that snake.
All right, we apologize for that, ladies and gentlemen. We don't need that.
If that happens, I'm calling PETA myself.
Some decorum, please.
And Norm had something to do with this. Put me in the ring with Jake. Put me in the ring with Sandman at baseball. It's ridiculous.
And John McChesney about to be interrupted by an individual that he wronged at Super Indy 6 as a result of his anger over being left out of the tournament. And we will mention in a moment, we are joined by a very special yet dubious guest.
John McChesney's opponent hails from the boardwalk in Wildwood, New Jersey. Weighs in at 206 pounds.
And we're not going to waste any time. CJ Sensation, John McChesney, one-on-one, but joined here ringside by the ever-controversial, delicious Jimmy DeMarco. Mr. DeMarco, what business do you have out here?
I have a business arrangement with John McChesney over the whole Jake the Snake deal, because my best buddy Vendetta's wrestling that. Evil Jake Roberts.
Well, that is very true. Vendetta, Jake Roberts, one-on-one. Later tonight on this DVD, have you had any strategy sessions with Vendetta to prepare for that?
Yeah, I've been training him. I had him, stepping on snakes.
Oh.
Dude, a mongoose. A mongoose eats snakes, so I had him working out with mongoose, mongoose, ferrets, all that crap.
Check out CJ with a somersault plunge to the floor. Keep in mind, CJ Sensation went one-on-one with Michael the Bomber Facade. The winner was supposed to get the open spot in Super Indy 6, but John McChesney attacked both men, which was extra surprising considering McChesney and CJ used to be running buddies.
Farnsworth, what's up with CJ doing moves like that when he's got a surgically repaired neck?
Well, I've said from the beginning, the guy wasn't that smart to get back into the ring. I mean, once you take an injury like that, it could all go south at any given moment. And he keeps testing fate. It's only a matter of time before his head pops off like a Barbie doll.
Well, he's not very smart to begin with. He's wearing ketchup-colored friggin' leather pants.
Great drop kick, great elevation by McChesney, follow through elbow as the Fabulous One is in control, certainly looking to avenge what he feels was a very wrong set of circumstances, which led to him being eliminated from Super Indy 6, but he never did anything to qualify for that tournament other than whine and complain.
And him win some matches.
What?
Yeah, he's a full-time champion. He doesn't need to qualify.
Well,
Did Davey Richards qualify?
well, that's very true, but that's the promoter's prerogative.
You don't care, Dombrowski. You're just a maniac.
I call it how it's. What do you mean a maniac?
Look at Dombrowski sucking up to Norm again.
I know.
Oh, Norm, you can book whoever you. Just call the match, Dombrowski. You
Well,
can brown nose later.
There's no more Norm. It doesn't matter.
Well, Norm Connors is not here tonight, that's true, but he is in close contact with other representatives of management here to watch people like you, Mr. DeMarco.
I talked to him on the phone before. He told me to have a blast, have a ball.
I somehow doubt that.
Have a ball blast even.
McChesney in control. McChesney cornered me in the locker room, made me give a cheap plug to myspace.com/40droprecords, which is the t-shirt he was wearing at the top of this segment. And McChesney just ornery and surly all around. And you see that equalizer of his, that flag, with his own damn picture on it. Thankfully, referee Bobby Williams takes control.
Did you just call McChesney horny?
No, I didn't. Ornery.
Oh my.
Please.
What does that mean?
Where's your mind at? Look it up. 2 and a kick out by Sensation.
That's nasty.
This crowd really likes CJ, even though he's quite the evildoer, if you ask me.
Well, he has certainly been led astray over the past several months. He does live nearby, however. He knows a lot of the great fans here in attendance. A local boy, one might say, as McChesney.
I just think all the homosexuals and fat chicks like the ketchup-flavored tights.
Well, I'm not going to really remark on that comment. McChesney, please, Mr. Farnsworth. McChesney wasting way too much time on the second turnbuckle. Put the brakes on. Center ring and CJ with a chop.
You don't want to do that with McChesney. His chops are lethal.
He's learned from the best the hard way. Spins him around and hits the patented John McChesney chop of his own.
You want that nipple, Dombrowski?
I think I'll stay away from that.
It's probably cracked anyway.
Yeah. Who wants to use nipple from a dude with a broken neck?
McChesney, drop kick. Sensation's body bounces off the ropes. Nowhere for him to go but down. This could be a hook in the leg and almost a count of 3. And you can see the determination on the face of John McChesney, looking to prove a big-time point to IWC management.
The point being, he should have been in that tournament.
And what about John McChesney getting involved in the heavyweight title match at Super Indy 6 as well, leading to Dennis Gregory with a record-setting 5th-time title reign, defeating the Sandman in that boot camp match.
I didn't catch that.
Check out CJ's pants falling down there. We're going to see a skin shift.
I'm not going to check that out. Went for that electric chair driver. Oh, look out here. Kidnapper countered. CJ from behind, but McChesney standing side switch. But Sensation hangs on. Great counter wrestling. Super kick on the money.
Well, what came out of McChesney's mouth when he got kicked?
I'm assuming that would be a large degree of saliva.
Oh.
Mucus.
Could have been magma.
Dombrowski, you think that's quite kinky, don't you?
I see. I don't think so. Missile drop kick by Sensation. Nobody home. Can McChesney capitalize? That electric chair driver put many a man away. Is this all right down on the neck? And we've talked about the frailty of that neck, and that's going to be all.
I like McChesney's style. You know what? I'm going to go to the back and congratulate him.
Well, you do that, sir. It's certainly been a pleasure or something along those lines to have you here. John McChesney gets the win over CJ Sensation. Farnsworth, has he proven anything? Has he put himself back into Super Indy contention?
I don't know that he ever really left. So I guess that ultimately comes down to your favorite person, Norm, there, to take a look and decide whether or not he's back in contention.
Symbolically placing the flag over the fallen body of CJ Sensation is the fabulous John McChesney. Has he impressed the right members of IWC management? We will find out. McChesney wants his just due.
Nice flag.
Oh, come on! What the hell? J-Rocc hit Rowe!
I had to do what I had to do, because I'm all about the meat, daddy.
Shot to the head, and Raymond wins! And the cream of Mafia has officially exploded! Give it up!
Who is
second. This matchup has started already. J-Rocc and Ray Rowe, I was about to say for it, throughout 2006, 2007, Ray Rowe was the buzz, he was the hot topic, he was the future star, the breakout star of IWC. But one man couldn't stand it. One man got jealous, and that man so happened to be his mentor and best friend, J-Rocc. So on Ray Rowe's most important night of his career, J-Rocc stabbed him in the back and cost him the heavyweight title, and the Cleveland Mafia implosion continues tonight.
Or one man didn't appreciate the fact that the person that he mentored, that he guided, that he assisted up to the spotlight of IWC, didn't really bother, didn't care about that.
Oh, come on.
Had no problem standing in that spotlight and letting his shadow fall on J-Rocc. So J-Rocc did exactly what any of us would do. He stepped out from that shadow.
Ray Rowe always was behind J-Rocc, always wanted J-Rocc to be right there alongside him through all of his triumphs and tragedies. He insisted that J-Rocc be at ringside for Rowe's heavyweight title match, only to be stabbed in the back. This is clearly a case of sour grapes. J-Rocc brought in Ray Rowe to watch his back, but somewhere along the way, Ray Rowe eclipsed J-Rocc's success in IWC.
I suggest you take off those rose-colored glasses and maybe take a look at the truth that's in front of you.
I don't know about that at all. And what about J-Rocc recruiting the 6'8", 300-pound Jason Bain, another Cleveland native, to send a message to Ray Rowe to drop him right in his head? And since then, we found out Ray Rowe's had a history of concussions, something that's very common in this industry, a head injury, but still, Ray Rowe's injury, so severe, it kept him out of the mixed martial arts, and it limited him in a lot of avenues he could pursue. And J-Rocc knows that, and apparently he's ready to exploit it. J-Rocc thought, remember, that Ray Rowe would never be able to come back after that assault by Bain, but Rowe proved him wrong.
Well, wouldn't you go after the weak spot on the giant wall that would be coming at you? I mean, if you know that there is some sort of a weak spot there, you take advantage of it.
Well, not if it means risking the guy's livelihood. I mean,
then the guy shouldn't be in the ring if it's a risk to his life and his livelihood.
Well, that may be a bit of a subjective opinion, but be that as it may, Ray Rowe is in control of J-Rocc right now, and no weaknesses are evident on Ray Rowe at this point, but J-Rocc right down to the back of the neck and hangs him up on that second ring cable, and I believe Rowe's head may have hit hard on the edge of that ring apron.
Yeah, it looks like it did. J-Rocc saw his opportunity yet again and took advantage of it. And now beating down on the baddest man in IWC.
This Cleveland Mafia implosion continues here. Could you ever picture, with how tight these guys were for nearly 2 years, ever picture them coming to blows this violently and physically with each other?
Well, yeah, sure I can. I mean, there are no friends. Everyone, we're friends. We're running buddies. We go. Everyone here would stab everyone else for the right opportunity, the right amount of gold.
I think you speak for yourself in that respect, sir, and certainly not surprised coming from you, a morally deficient individual such as yourself.
I think your judgment, you may want to turn that high-powered perception back around on yourself. You know as well as I, you'd put a knife in my back and take the color commentary seat if I gave you that opportunity.
Well, that's not saying much. J-Rocc with a knife edge chop. But it did not take...
I've got my eye on you,
All
Joe.
right, will you please? Didn't take Ray Rowe off his feet and then choking him out with a T-shirt. And Ray Rowe again hits hard into that ring post. What about the altercations we saw between these men at Night of Legends in Franklin last month, which led to both men missing Super Indy 6? J-Rocc caused a distraction that led to Ray Rowe losing a tag match. Ray Rowe retaliated later in the night by blasting J-Rocc in the back of the head with a chair, splitting him wide open. As a result, J-Rocc was not medically cleared to be at Super Indy, and Ray Rowe was suspended.
Well, he attacked him with a chair. You will get suspended for that.
J-Rocc didn't deserve it?
Deserve doesn't matter. He got a guy injured to the point where he couldn't appear on the card. You have to take action against something like that, otherwise the entire locker room breaks down. Don't get me wrong. I mean, if Ray Rowe's angry and he wants to take a chair to a guy, I'm not going to be able to talk him out of it. I don't know that anyone is. I don't blame him necessarily for doing it, but there are consequences to actions, Joe.
You saw J-Rocc a moment ago pointing to the head of Ray Rowe, letting it be known, oh, This could be the end. He's got a steel chair. Rowe's head is laying against that ring post. Look out! What could have been a decapitating shot. Rowe was able to sidestep just in time, and Rowe has got to fight, or this may be the last of his professional wrestling career.
If anyone knows the ins and outs of Rowe, it is J-Rocc. And he is going to take advantage of every loophole, every weakness, everything he can think of to try and take out Rowe.
Suplex, but Rowe just shrugged it off. Went with the momentum to where he's right back on his feet, and J-Rocc has no earthly idea. Look out. Forearm shot, clothesline, vintage Rowe strikes, and now the suplex machine is unleashed. Overhead T-bone.
Dumped him right on the back of his head, going for number 2.
And the belly-to-belly release. Rowe is in his element now.
Just throwing a guy around the ring like a rag doll? Yeah.
And J-Rocc trying to hang on to the ropes, trying to hang on for anything here. But Rowe continues to mercilessly pound away. Head and arm, overhead suplex on the back of the neck.
Just grabbed him by his bald head and tossed him around with it. Good way to slow a man down.
With no sympathy or remorse, Rowe takes charge.
Might even go so far as with malice, Joe.
And this is a beating Rowe has waited 5 months to administer. Again with the hard knife edge. Not done with J-Rocc yet, but J-Rocc still with life in a reversal. Rowe goes back into the buckle. Follow through, but Rowe was waiting for him. The STO takedown.
And Ray going outside. After, this cost you a suspension before. I don't know that this is necessarily the route to take.
This is not a no disqualification match to my knowledge. Referee Bobby Williams trying to assert himself here, but easier said than done with an emotionless assassin like Rowe.
Oh no, he has emotions. They're just none that you really want to encounter.
Well, that would be true as well. And J-Rocc feeling the effects of that chop into the buckle. Rowe measures him. Look out, went for the knees, and he landed right in the back of the head. That susceptible concussion-suffering head that we saw Jason Bain damage. We saw Ricky Reyes damage it last year, and there's got to be significant damage done as well.
He just gave it up one time, Daddy.
He may have to give it up permanently. This could be all. J-Rocc on top only got a count of 2. And J-Rocc proving, Bane or no Bane, he can do really well on his own here. Doesn't have any heavies, doesn't have any backup that we know of at least. But still, he's got Rowe in a vulnerable position, and there's very, very few times I've ever seen this before.
Yeah, we were both backstage. None of us saw Jason Bane. Apparently the band isn't a... Oh!
He'd be hard to miss. And there's a double arm DDT by J-Rocc.
He's wasting no opportunity.
Lacks cover. Head injury or no head injury, you're not going to beat Rowe like that.
But you see, he's staying on top of him. Last time he immediately started punching him. He just dumped him on his head with a DDT.
And J-Rocc has not forgot about the weapon. Strategically positioning it, now lodging it between the turnbuckles. Has to have evil intentions on his mind now.
Yeah, I can't imagine he's getting ready to give him a rub down, shiatsu. I'm saying he's probably going to try and hurt him, Joe.
Hurt him head first, but Rowe reverses. J-Rocc puts on the brakes. The knee strike! And J-Rocc's head hits the back of the chair. The back of the head hits the chair. Rowe with a cover. But he is not done. There is more pain, blues, and agony in the future of the Big Daddy of Destruction. Look out. Do not put your hands on an official, Rowe. We understand your temper. We understand your emotions going overboard.
He was just moving him out of the way so he didn't get hurt.
Look at this.
Oh!
Woe is knee. The knee of woe. And Rowe, oh God, Rowe is the referee. The knee of Woe followed through by a woeful push to our official, and now Ray Rowe's crossed the line. And Farnsworth,
he was just trying to get him out of the way.
Norm Connor's not in attendance here tonight. This could be dangerous.
And oh, he has Chuck.
Well, he's manhandled one too many employees as it is, and now he's got Chuck. And if I'm Chuck, I'm watching what I say very carefully. Because Ray Rowe is a man possessed right now. He is enraged. He's not thinking clearly, and Rowe has a prepared statement of some sort. J-Rocc's not moving, Farnsworth.
Yeah, and Chuck had better just start reading.
Whatever it is, Chuck is hesitant about it, but he doesn't have a choice in this situation.
I don't care if it's a list of Jimmy DeMarco's sexual demands. Start reading it.
What's it going to be here?
J-Rocc, I've been instructed to inform you that tonight your life has been spared. Do not confuse this as an act of mercy or kindness. You have been
Chuck obviously very uneasy about being involved in this personal vendetta.
You've been spared so that you may bear witness to the total destruction of Jason Bane.
That's who Rowe wants.
Nothing will stop this. Rest assured, once he's finished with Bane, I'm not reading. Rowe will kill you.
Ray Rowe has spared J-Rocc only to get his hands on the man. Look out! One last shot for good measure. Rowe wants the 300-pound, 6'8" behemoth that almost put him on the shelf for good at the beginning of this year, Jason Bane. And Ray Rowe has tunnel vision, won't stop till he gets him, and then and only then he will finish off J-Rocc. I guess J-Rocc is going to win this thing by a disqualification for manhandling the referee,
or by count out, if someone was counting. I mean, technically he hasn't been disqualified. Well,
J-Rocc has been spared, but his day, and indeed the day for Jason Bane as well, seems imminent.
Well, really, do you consider that spared?
In Ray Rowe's line of thinking, yes, because you can only imagine what goes through Ray Rowe's head, the anger, the rage built up inside. When Ray Rowe finishes off with J-Rocc the way Ray Rowe wants to, it may be J-Rocc that gives it up permanently.
Position to ringside, please. 6 long months. 6 months. For 6 months, sexual harassment defeated 6 former IWC Tag Team Champions. In that 6 months, we defeated the best tag team in the world, the Motor City Machine Guns. And tonight, finally, sexual harassment gets the shot that we deserved all along. Tonight, we go for the IWC Tag Team Championship. Babyface fire. I usually say, prepare to be sexually harassed. But really, I don't even think you can prepare for what's going to happen to you tonight. Tonight, you will be sexually harassed.
That's what I'm talking about! Hey, she was like... Now,
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest, set for one fall, is a tag team attraction with a 45-minute time limit, and it is for the IWC Tag Team Championships.
Well, they've been on this road for months and months. We thought they may never make it to the top of the mountain. We thought they may self-destruct, but they made it to the tag title match. It's sexual harassment.
The challengers, at a combined weight of 469 pounds, the team of Justin Idol, Eric Saxton, they are sexual harassment.
You heard Eric Ecstasy state in the pre-match comments. He's defeated some like 5 or 6 of the past IWC Tag Team Champions in their quest to this #1 contendership. They think they deserve it, but the major lingering question in my mind, are they still on the same page? For months, Justin wanted to be serious, Eric wanted to be a goofball. They wanted to entertain, they wanted to be serious and win the tag title. There was always a misunderstanding. Tonight, it seems Idol is happy with which Eric Ecstasy has shown up.
You look at the face of Eric's Ecstasy, and right there, pointing right about where Pittsburgh would be in Pennsylvania. A little nod to the Motor City Machine Guns, who they defeated at the last show.
Super Indy 6, Sexual Harassment beat arguably the best tag team in the world. Raymond and Shirley, the Motor City Machine Guns. That was their final step on the road to this tag title match. Let's go to the intro for the champions.
Opponents, at a combined weight of 380 pounds, the team of Jason Gory, Shiima, the IWC Tag Team Champions, BabyFace Fire.
Been a few months since we've seen BabyFace Fire as a tag team here in IWC. We saw them go their separate road momentarily to enter Super Indy 6. Jason Gory had, in my mind, what may be considered the match of the night with Jerry Lynn in the quarterfinals. Semifinals, Shiima Xion fell to Jerry Lynn as well after overcoming Luke Hawx in the first round. Babyface Fire opened a lot of eyes. They can still get it done in singles competition, but the major bread and butter of their careers now are those tag team titles they've held proudly since the month of December. And there you see the prize. And it's hard to argue, Farnsworth, over how deserving Eric Ecstasy and Justin Idol are of this opportunity.
Oh, they have fought their way up to the top. They definitely deserve to be in the title hunt. They've shown it. I mean, there's no doubt against it. Who can claim that they don't deserve at least a shot?
It's very true, and there were a lot of kinks along the road. It seemed that the closer Idol and Ecstasy got professionally, the more rift we saw form between them as far as their styles go. But Justin Idol seems pretty darn happy about the mindset of his partner right now, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I would, and I would agree with you. There are plenty of kinks with sexual harassment.
Well, that's very true. Did you and Eric go tanning together? He looks a bit more colorful in that.
I do not tan. I'm Irish. So.
Excuse me. Action underway. Shiima Xion of Babyface Fire and Justin Idol of Sexual Harassment started things out. This should be a tremendous back and forth contest. And what about that matchup with Sexual Harassment and the Motor City Machine Guns? Thought we were going to see a showing of respect after the match, but Raymond and Shirley jumping Harassment from behind goes to show me that the Motor City Machine Guns feel they have unfinished business in the IWC Tag Division.
Well, you can only assume they're looking to avenge that loss.
Shoulders down, only a count of 2. Certainly true. Everybody would love to capture the prestige of being IWC Tag Team Champion. Shiima Xion recently completing, I'll get it right eventually, a very successful tour of the country of Mexico at the beginning of the month. Shiima Xion has gone on record as saying that the fans were so impressed after his matches, they actually began to throw money at him in the ring.
Yeah, that's all well and good, but did he learn that dance while he was in there? What the hell was that?
I don't know.
That was shades of Glenn Spector. What the?
Well, between you, Eric Ecstasy, Glenn Spector, you got some odd company you keep with.
They're all good guys. See, the thing is, I, unlike you, have friends.
In a manner of speaking. Side headlock by Justin Idol.
What do you mean in a manner of speaking?
I'd like to mention this matchup, very carefully filmed by Tony Fiore and Digital Horizons Video at dhvideos.com. Doing a great job as always. In fact, even better job than usual. Seems that ringside camera is a lot more steady than it used to be, Farnsworth. Great job as always by Tony Fiore and company.
Very true, very true. Good work, Tony.
They must have got rid of some dead weight, but be that as it may, cover by Jason Gory in the center of the ring.
Oh!
And Eric Ecstasy, the graduate of the Terry Garvin School of Self-Defense, gets involved in center of the ring when Gory was not looking.
Well, they want the titles. They're willing to do whatever it takes.
Satellite head scissors by Gory. He's got to keep the pace quick. Idol is carrying slightly more body weight. Ecstasy certainly, he's about 250 pounds. A quick tempo will favor the champions. And now, to elevate Idol up, double spine buster and babyface fire. I'll check out that great double teaming. Several months that they've teamed together in IWC, but they haven't lost a step at all. That cohesion is right down to the split second. Uh-oh. Oh, went for a dive, but got too close to their adversaries. Harassment, able to see it coming. And the physicality begins on the outside of the ring, and you got to believe that'll favor Team Harassment. Ecstasy, no doubt the most powerful man in the match.
The bisexual bulldozer has no problem running over anyone in his path to try and get this goal.
And it's more so bulldozer than bisexual here tonight, as we have not seen sexual harassment deviate from their game plan at all tonight.
Good, deviate being the correct word.
And great double team there. Hell, almost a legal double team. Ecstasy never got in the ring.
And that was that move there, that he calls it the whammy kablammy.
Whammy kablammy.
The whammy kablammy.
To and no.
I don't know why, but it just seems dirty saying that. I mean, really, just everything about sexual harassment comes off a little tawdry, I guess.
Well,
whammy kablammy.
Well, maybe they can do an image makeover here, no pun intended, with Team out there with the heavyweight tag team championship belt. Certainly, that would up their prestige and their cleanliness, for lack of a better term, I guess you could say. Could you imagine sexual harassment at all the IWC luncheons and sponsorship meetings?
Wait, we have sponsorship meetings? Why don't I ever get these damn memos?
I can think of a few reasons why.
Oh, Norm, when are we having our next luncheon? You couldn't call me? For the love of Pete.
Gory back to a vertical base. Is a guy named Pete now? Gory gets pulled down with a hair by Eric Ecstasy. As Eric continues to assert the advantage, he knew if Gory got away from him long enough, fast enough, and far enough, Gory could strike with the greatest of ease. But now Justin Idol tagged back in, and Idol doesn't have to take a backseat to anybody when it comes to speed and quickness. He can certainly go toe-to-toe with Gory. Check this out, however. Oh, Gory went for the head scissors, but Idol dropped down, face plant, hook of the leg, to endo.
Idol showing he has a little bit of speed up his sleeves as well. It's not just Gory's game.
Front chancery by Idol, tag into Eric.
What we're seeing is smart, classic tag team wrestling from sexual harassment. Dividing the ring, cutting off Gory from his good tags, in and out.
But cover here, to and no, and you can see the hang time on that suplex by Ecstasy, letting Gory think about it and letting the blood rush to the brain. And certainly if you're dizzy, if you have a loss of equilibrium, that's going to majorly affect Jason Gory's offense.
And, well, also as well, it also affects how you come down out of that suplex.
Stuck to the clothesline, head of Steve Gory, but got caught in midair, and the power of Eric Ecstasy. With a fallaway slam. Keep in mind, Farnsworth, sexual harassment are 4-time IWC Tag Team Champions in the past, as if a cover for 2.5, but under different incarnations. Ecstasy and JT Rogers, I believe, had 2. Rogers and Troy Lords, I believe, had 2. But Ecstasy and Idol, in nearly 2 years of trying, have not reached the promised land yet.
However, they are on track to actually take the titles tonight. Look at how they're wrestling. This is what I mean when I talk about the A game. That champion mindset. They are wrestling perfect tag team wrestling right now.
Well, keep in mind, you can't ever count out Babyface Fire at all. Check this out. Gory counters an attempted double team. Babyface Fire survived a practical, perhaps a literal, mafia hit to win the tag team titles in a steel cage. And Gory with a double face plant, and now he's looking for a tag.
If he can muster it. And Shiima anxious to get in the ring.
Shiima, you can see the anticipation on his face. Wants in there so badly. But does Gory know where he is? And does he know where his corner is? That is the question.
Oh, I think he knows. I just don't think he can do anything about it. The spirit's willing, the flesh is weak. Oh!
Shiima up top. Look out! Cross body from the top. And Shiima, check this out. Using his agility, his speed, his freshness. Drop kick to Idol. Takeover for Eric. Great leverage move. Shiima Xion is on fire here. Inverted DDT to Justin Idol. Ref Coulter's lost control. Ecstasy, the first miscue of the match between Harassment as he elbows his own man.
Drop the elbow on his own guy. Not going to get you the titles. Makes it a lot tougher.
That's very true. Ecstasy, the reverse, however, but Shiima slips through the ropes. Follow through, Crystal Pistol, face first. Use the momentum to take Idol down, and Gory flies with a helo.
Beautiful flight out of the ring. Uh-oh.
Can the chemistry of sexual harassment compare to the pinpoint precision of Babyface Fire? And Eric sent to the outside thanks to Gory. But Idol's in the ring now. Gory's still the worse for wear. And Gory saw Idol coming on our giant screen on the Normtron, and he was able to counter.
Oh!
And Gory drops him. Modified version of trepidation, but 2.5.
Wow, and I am impressed that Idol was able to get up from that, dumped him right on the back of his head.
Well, Idol's wanted this more than anybody for the past near 2 years. He's got to dig down deep.
Oh.
Eric, happy ending, face first. Shiima Xion gonna get a choke slam. He gets dropped. Eric's not done. He hangs on and drops Shiima second time. There's that power edge, and there's that cover. 2 choke slams. They got the titles though. Gory at the last second.
It just saved the gold for the team right there. I don't know. I don't think Shiima knew where he was at that point.
Gory. Hard shots. Look out. Eric waiting for him with a lady killer. And that may have killed the tag title reign of Babyface Fire.
He swung that arm like a baseball bat. Just knocked him right out of the air. Oh, what is this?
Double team coming up. Backbreaker. And Idol just bent the body of Gory again by dropping the knee. This could be all here. 2.5. Again, the champion survived. And Gory is the worst for wear out of anybody in this contest.
And Shiima and Idol now mixing it up outside the ring.
I think Shima's the legal man. I don't know if anybody in this matchup, including Ref Coulter, knows that at this point. But Ecstasy senses blood figuratively here with the weaker man, Gory.
All 4 men back in the ring.
Oh, Gory may be signaling 450. But Idol pushes Shiima into the ropes. Saw it coming. Great maneuver by Idol. Great strategy using the ring to his advantage. I don't think Shiima realized what happened. I think Gory saw Shiima hit the ropes and didn't realize it was Idol's doing.
Tempers are flaring.
Well, you've got that with a... And Shiima just sacrificed himself to save Gory. He pushed Gory out of the way.
He just took a huge spear, and now Ecstasy just having his way with Shiima out on the floor.
We talked about a communication error. Drops him in a spear crusher. And this, no, he got out. How did he kick out of that near fall?
Gory, I swear to God, might be the toughest man in IWC.
Idol has put men away with that move for the better part of a decade. And now with the communication error of Babyface Fire, Harassment in control, lusted off, countered.
Uh-oh.
Rose Creeper coming up if they can hit it. But Shiima counters. Back and forth, tag titles at stake here. What a hell of a match. Look out. Shiima uses Erica as a springboard to take down Idol. And Shiima, a man without a country here, with Gory down. But watch Idol. Look out.
Oh!
Drops him on his face. And Gory with a QAS. Babyface Fire. But get it with the Bible Black. At the last second, took away what little Idol had left.
Here are your winners and still the IWC Tag Team Champions, BabyFace Fire.
Well, we talked about a potential communication breakdown with sexual harassment in the past, but it was almost a case of a breakdown with Babyface Fire. But what amazing recovery Farnsworth to get back on the same page and an incredible double-team tandem maneuver to retain the tag team titles.
That was a vocational guidance counselor into a QAS, into the Bible Black. One right after the other.
But you got to feel for sexual harassment. They worked for months and months to get that opportunity, and can you come any closer?
And Gory still seems a little bitter about it.
Well, Harassment fought like champions. They unfortunately did not win like champions. But will they conduct themselves like champions? It seems they will. You got to know the frustration is at a boiling point with sexual harassment.
Look at them. They are just fuming. They were so close to the gold. And you know that they won another chance at it. And frankly, I think they deserve another chance at it.
Months of work, 5 or 6 prior tag champions defeated. Idle Ecstasy, their day may in fact come sooner than later for their dynasty to hit its peak. But right now, Babyface Fire not ready to leave that mountain yet. They are still the best team IWC has to offer. A very interesting altercation of his own. What the hell is that?
Introducing to you first, escorted by his tag team partner, Jimmy Delicious DeMarco.
Oh Lord.
From 3 feet crossing North Dakota, weighing at 225 pounds, he's Bald Eagle Vendetta.
Look, did Jimmy DeMarco get into the punch bowl a little early? What's the problem here?
How do you explain Jimmy DeMarco?
Is he disguising himself as a lamp to throw Jake the Snake Roberts off guard? Vendetta gonna talk. Hopefully he'll explain this, whatever it is.
Norm, seriously, I hope you don't have any kids, because you would be the worst parent ever. Your idea of a punishment is putting me with a legendary wrestling superstar. But thanks to my friend, fabulous McChesney, the only snake I was worried about is not in the building.
Looks like that's that working relationship we saw earlier. Now understanding Buckethead and Jimmy DeMarco. That's a good question. What is wrong with him?
You were a legend. You are historic. And tonight, history will repeat itself. Because tonight, you have the pleasure of skyrocketing another bearded, bald superstar into immortality.
Hey, I wore this for one reason. It's protection against the DDT. Now, I'm not going to need it because I'm not wrestling, so here. This is for you. I want you to wear it.
Are you kidding me?
Good, it will work.
Vendetta's not going to do that.
It's deadly. The DDT's deadly.
Plastic, you idiot!
I just got him a shout out real quick to my homeboy, Norm Connors. Don't worry, Norm. I'm sure those in good hands.
Oh, come on.
Commissioner Jimmy DeMarco.
Would-
Now, no choice. I can do whatever I want.
Executive Vice Commissioner.
Who's the commissioner? What are you talking about?
I'm not sure.
When Jimmy DeMarco's... Oh. The day Jimmy DeMarco's my boss is the day I'm out the front door. I got news for you. And now, could it be lights out in the career of Vendetta? The mood is set. A bona fide legend on his way out. Perhaps the definition of evil genius, and what he's holding is not an evil genius plan, I'll tell you that. Jake the Snake Roberts looking at the plastic bowl Jimmy DeMarco has brought out here as protection from the DDT.
You're asking me to defend the mind of Jimmy DeMarco. I don't know that I can't explain it. I can't.
Something tells me Jake the Snake Roberts is going to have a way to outsmart that plan. He doesn't have his new snake Jezebel with him tonight, like John McChesney felt April 12th at Franklin. But I would have to say the most dangerous snake still made it.
However, if there was anyone within the IWC locker room who would be able to scout Jake the Snake, I think it's probably Bald Evil.
Vendetta with years of videotape study, lifelong wrestling fan. We've seen him emulate many athlete styles in the past. And that's the second reference I will apologize for this evening. Jake the Snake Roberts in a good mood here tonight, but what kind of mood will he be in after he steps into the ring with Vendetta, who's very formidable. He's a big guy, he's probably about 260 pounds of muscle. And the crowd is decisively behind Jake the Snake Roberts, collar elbow tie-up, center ring, as Jimmy DeMarco pacing on the outside. Somebody tells me that Vendetta and Jimmy DeMarco, you want to talk about tag teams not being on the same wavelength? The Hollywood Balls, Vendetta and DeMarco is the epitome of that topic.
Yeah, it seems that, well, I don't know that anyone could be on Jimmy DeMarco's wavelength.
That's very true.
At least not without some sort of horrific mind experiment. Maybe a sleep deprivation experiment.
What about John McChesney calling PETA and getting Jake Roberts' snake taken out of the building? I guess he cited unsafe working conditions, maybe, who knows?
Thank God he did, that poor snake.
The poor John McChesney, poor Vendetta. Jake the Snake Roberts, that is a major part of his intimidation factor, but certainly not the only one. Has there ever been a man as much of a master of psychology in that ring and getting into people's heads as Jake Roberts?
No one understands it better. You're looking at probably the most devious mind just ever. I mean, not in wrestling, not in the past however many years, ever. The man knows how to manipulate a situation better than anyone else.
And you could tell just a moment ago, reading the body language, Vendetta looked frustrated, a little scared, he looked hurt. Jake Roberts is just smiling in the corner.
Well, most people, when they get in the ring with a guy who has muscle stacked upon muscle and a bad look on their face, they're a little intimidated. Jake Roberts isn't gonna tip his hand.
Not at all.
He's showing just how relaxed and how happy he is to be in the ring. He has no fear.
Jake Roberts breaks the hold, but he's still on top of Vendetta. Referee looking for a break here, and Jake Roberts just playing with Vendetta here. He's really not doing anything wrong, he's just being a little stubborn. And time to regroup.
And that gets into the head of Vendetta, who has a short temper to begin with.
And there you see the snake slithering around the ring. Just measuring Vendetta. And look again the body language. Jake's having a good time, but Vendetta's getting more and more frustrated.
Yeah.
Jake Roberts distracted for a moment by Jimmy DeMarco. DeMarco, whether he realizes it or not, he wants no piece of Jake the Snake Roberts. I got news for him.
It's very true. I don't think anyone actively wants a piece of Jake the Snake Roberts.
And is he really dumb enough to think taping a bowl to his head is going to work as a counter for the DDT?
I firmly believe he believed that would help him. Believe. Because otherwise, why would he have taped a bowl to his head?
Poor Jimmy DeMarco. And Vendetta tried to seek salvation on the outside again, but Jake decided to not let go of the armbar this time.
And is just walking him around with it.
Now back into a hammerlock. And Jake Roberts is loving what he's doing. He's rubbing the head too. Not sure what that was.
I think he may have stink scalped him there.
It's a page out of the Jimmy DeMarco playbook. Vendetta turns the hammerlock around, however. Met with an elbow. DDT time, but Vendetta able to avoid. And Jake's like, oh, nuts. He doesn't really seem to care that much because I think he knows Vendetta's time's coming.
Yeah, but to be fair, this isn't some ham and egger. Vendetta is not just some guy they picked up off the street. He is physically fit. He knows wrestling inside and out. And if Jake keeps this casual attitude up, he may not walk out with a victory.
Oh, we've seen Vendetta on the offensive end of some of the most malicious beatings that we have ever seen in IWC, him and the rest of the family. They've done a hell of a lot of damage, a criminal amount of damage. But it seems that in certain cases, the mind can be stronger than the muscle.
Very true.
And Vendetta's mind's certainly not in the same place when he doesn't have 3 or 4 people watching his back, instead only one, and a man obviously frightened enough to tape a bowl to his head, so what the hell's he gonna do?
Well, and Jimmy DeMarco got a nasal rocket attack and wiped it off with something he pulled out of his trunks.
Certainly the worse for wear after that situation. And Jake's just waiting for him. Make your move, Vendetta. Ball's in your court. The human game of chess here is being played by Jake Roberts.
Jake is all about the reaction. He's going to let you make the move so that he can react to it and then see how you play off of that. He wants to get everything rolling. He wants to see just what he's working with, for lack of a better term.
Jake tried to charge in. Clearly, the lack of quickness Jake possesses in his arsenal was the one opening Vendetta needed to capitalize. And now Jimmy DeMarco choking out Roberts illegally from the outside. And now the blatant choke in the ring from Vendetta, just as illegal. And Jake Roberts finds himself at a disadvantage right now, and this may be where that lack of his attitude comes into play.
I mean, the other thing, he's not like, I don't even know what to say. I'm flummoxed.
You're flabbergasted.
I am. I apologize, fans. Write in, I'll give you $1.
Not in your life. Vendetta has Jake precarious here and buries the foot right to the abdomen. Is this going to be all, though? I doubt it.
5 minutes gone by, 5 minutes.
I think Vendetta just wants to get this thing over with as quick as possible.
Oh, wouldn't you? I mean, he is Jake the Snake Roberts.
Oh, I don't blame him for 1 second.
And we all know if that DDT comes out, that's the end.
I would never want those icy cold eyes piercing through me from across the ring.
I don't think anyone really would.
Reverse chinlock by Vendetta has it horizontal. Cuts off the momentum of Jake the Snake Roberts. Jake Roberts, he's been through a lot in his career, however. You got to believe his body going to begin to adjust to the deprivation here in a moment. But certainly going to take a lot of stamina and a lot of resilience out of Jake the Snake Roberts with his chin lock.
Yeah, definitely. And Jimmy DeMarco, he's still wiping off his. What is that, chocolate? What is he wiping?
I don't know. It could be anything with him. Jake looking for a rope, can't find it.
And Vendetta just holding him to the ground, just slowly choking the life out of the snake, I guess.
well,
not a choke, but pressuring him down, a sleeper.
Vendetta's got to somehow work on a game plan here, certainly.
Well, he has one. Hold him down.
Well, it's going to take more than that, I would think.
I don't know. That's two.
Well, he could be a second away from victory. Jake Roberts hangs on, however. Signs of life from the snake. Jake's up and right back down. Jawbreaker, nicely done.
And Jake getting a chance to catch his breath, get up to his feet. You don't realize how big Jake the Snake is until you see him in person.
Oh, he's deceptively tall. He's about 6'5", and a hard right, follow with the follow the left jabs. And Jake Roberts, short arm clothesline, and that's the signal, J-Word.
3 letters, 1 outcome.
It's the same every time. No, Jimmy DeMarco wants to change the outcome. And Jimmy DeMarco, look out, Vendetta from behind. Everybody sidesteps him. And DeMarco set in.
Oh, he landed right on the Delicious.
And the would-be executive vice commissioner just got his legs taken out. No protective bull there at all.
He should have taken the bowl off.
Oh, DDT for Vendetta. Wait a second. That's John McChesney. This match is over. Come on.
Well, Bald Eagle said his friend McChesney was helping him out tonight. Apparently it's more ways than one.
Well, McChesney already got rid of Jezebel the Snake. And now a 3-on-1 assault, as it seems, with a mutual society for ne'er-do-wells against Jake the Snake Roberts.
Actually, it's a 2-on-1 assault because Jimmy DeMarco, I'm not sure he understands where he is at this point.
Very true, but John McChesney with that necktie choking out Jake Roberts as sexual harassment here. Off of the match of their lives themselves, come to save a wrestling hero and legend. And we may need some help for Jake.
Jake does not look good.
And Jimmy DeMarco not making any friends at ringside. Vendetta, DeMarco, and McChesney have made a big-time statement on Jake the Snake Roberts. Thankfully, sexual harassment prevented the damage from being done further.
And you have to wonder what Norm's reaction is going to be to this. This was supposed to be the punishment for the comments that Bald Evil made, and you can't imagine Norm's going to be happy.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of this contest as a result of a disqualification, Jake the Snake Roberts.
Jake the Snake Roberts wins. We saw Jake Roberts DDT. We saw Jake Roberts with a victory. But thanks to John McChesney and the Hollywood Balls, it was almost lights out for Jake Roberts. This situation far from settled.
My fellow Americans, you see, I come before you tonight for a declaration. But first, let me address the reason I wear this hat. You see, the Steelers and I have a lot in common. We both wear the black and gold. We both won the championship 5 times. And we both will hit a woman when they deserve it. You know, I called the Steelers office and I told them, how the Steelers wives and girlfriends, we're Patriots here because everybody knows the Steelers never beat the Patriots. So let me tell you something, Daisy Hayes, as far as deserving it, stay the hell out of my way, woman. Know your role, stay out of my way. And Delirious, you drew a short straw, pal, because I've been hearing on the YouTube that I You're either a wannabe or a Gregory!
Well, more disparaging, chauvinistic comments from Dennis Gregory, a shameful 5-time IWC champion.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is one half of our double main event. Set for one fall, a 60-minute time limit, and minutes for the IWC Championship. Introducing to your first, from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, weighing in 225 pounds, and for the big time, he is the IWC champion, Dennis Gregory.
Dennis Gregory defeated the Sandman, but albeit not alone, contrary to what he may want us to believe, to be a record-setting 5-time IWC champion.
All right! The champ is here!
He's still talking.
You see when I put my hand up like this, I'm not waiting to do job-outs. I'm just reminding you how great I am. 5 times, little boy! 5 times! God gave you 5 fingers for a reason, so you remember just how goddamn good I am!
And with a No Ma'am t-shirt, Dennis Gregory enters the ring, and it's clear to see why Delirious takes issue with Gregory. What about the out-of-line, completely inappropriate comments Gregory made towards Daisy Hayes at Super Indy, and then to get physically involved in Delirious' business that night?
Well, really, had she known her place, there wouldn't have been a problem.
And what is her place, dare I ask?
Away from Dennis Gregory.
I believe Dennis Gregory interrupted Ms. Hayes' interview time. If I recall correctly, you were there, you should know.
I was there and I got out of Dodge.
Here's our opponent and challenger, escorted to the ring by the lovely Daisy Hayes. She represents from the Angel City, Delirious.
And Daisy Hayes, the personal interpreter, is right by Delirious' side as always. And Delirious not just fighting to potentially gain the IWC title, not just fighting for the prestige and honor of being a top IWC competitor, but this is personal. No one has ever wronged Daisy Hayes the way Dennis Gregory has.
Oh, wow.
Do you treat women like this?
I treat them how they deserve to be treated.
That's about all I need to hear.
As long as she's making me my biscuits, then nothing bad has to happen.
Your biscuits.
Sounds like someone ain't getting no biscuits, Joe.
Well, we're set for IWC Championship action. The question is, will Dennis Gregory be intimidated or be thrown off by Delirious' mind game, by his lizard speak, by his unorthodox behavior?
Is this a title match?
I believe it is, yes. Referee Stephen Coulter checking the mask of Delirious. And Delirious is in his dark place right now. This is probably not going to be a very comically charged, fun, entertaining matchup.
Yeah, Delirious just did. It's tough to actually read anything on Delirious. You can definitely tell not happy.
Is he ready? Well, he better get ready. Dennis Gregory jumping Delirious before we even had a bell.
And once again,
and at the sound of the bell, Delirious goes nuts, and Gregory is out of there.
A smart attack by Gregory. He knows Delirious just stays still until the bell rings. Get your shots in before the bell. Hold on. Champ speaking.
Oh, excuse me.
I don't know what the hell that just was. But Daisy Hayes, listen. He obviously doesn't have it all going on upstairs. And since I got it all going on downstairs, how about I give you half off? I'll give you half price for the ride all day pass at Dennywood.
Was there a memo in the back I didn't miss? Was there a note? I apologize for the third time for inappropriate. Farnsworth, you want to help me?
Wieners.
And references to them. And that only set Delirious off. That was pretty apparent. Called him a bum.
Are you sure?
They didn't seem to think so.
Well, to be honest.
Because you just got half an inch.
That one I will not apologize for. Stop it. Just snort on camera, please. Delirious taking charge on Dennis Gregory, and it seems one way or another, Delirious is going to get inside Dennis Gregory's head. I believe mission accomplished. Nice back elbow. Delirious had a hell of a run with the Super Indy title before. Can he become one of very few men to capture the Super Indy title or the heavyweight title as well?
We shall see. Yeah, right now he's on path to do it, but I have to imagine that Dennis Gregory has something up his sleeve.
He always does. Super Indy 6 boot camp match, that was John McChesney, KO'd the Sandman with a belt shot, and that was all she wrote for Hack's title reign. And Delirious would like to be getting a title reign of his own, but through the ropes to the outside. Gregory for the trunks of Delirious, or whatever you would call that attire. And Daisy Hayes right at ringside. Delirious fighting for Daisy Hayes' honor here and fighting for the heavyweight title.
And really, and here comes Dennis Gregory. And Daisy Hayes smart, got out of there, got out of his business. It's a man's world, Joe.
That's very true. Denny drapes the leg. And almost a count of 5. Gregory, half a second away from being disqualified. I don't think he would have minded that at all, do you?
No. I think he would have been fine with it. I think I would have been fine with it.
Who cares what you think? Delirious trying to kick his way free out of the corner, but
plenty of people care what I. That guy right over there told me how much he likes what I think.
After years of calling these people podunk, are you kidding me?
Hey, it's about time one of the yokels finally figured out that someone was talking some sense.
Charging back elbow by Dennis Gregory. On Delirious, Gregory keeping a slow, methodical pace he can control here. Up and over goes the champion. Roll up out of the corner and able to turn it around. The inverted Boston Crab. And Gregory stretching away at the legs, stretching away at the back, as well as the ribs. Gregory, a lot of points being covered on this submission hold.
And he is hunched over. He has it locked in pretty much perfectly.
He's got all his weight draped over top of Delirious, and that hurts Delirious. He got to the rope, but it hurt him so much to bridge up and crawl over.
Hey, sweetheart! Why don't you make yourself useful? Go make me a sandwich!
What is wrong with him?
I would also like a sandwich.
I don't care if you want a damn
well, if
sandwich.
she's going.
Stop it. This is not the Dark Ages anymore.
Oh.
Women can vote, women can work, women can do a lot of things that Dennis Gregory doesn't want to do.
And they can go and make me a sandwich.
No, stop it. Gregory with the elbow. Lateral press, Coulter gets 2.
Fine, you go make me a sandwich.
No,
Joe.
I'm fine right here. You can leave.
You're whining like a woman. Jeez.
Daisy Hayes at ringside. It's going to take more than flower power, however, to bring the IWC title to the Delirious camp. And Delirious, I believe is biting the thumb of Dennis Gregory.
I wouldn't be surprised.
No, not in the least. And Denny certainly has it coming. And now choking Delirious with Delirious's own mask tassels.
You know,
Referee, gotta get in position here, do something.
it's the same as having long hair, or yeah, you're giving your opponent.
There's a cover there, 2 and no.
Something to use against you.
That's true. That's resourcefulness by Dennis Gregory, albeit again an illegal choke.
Well, yeah.
Wait a second, what's Gregory doing? Daisy Hayes is not a part of this match. Get your hands off of her. What the hell is wrong with Dennis Gregory?
Why don't you go up and save her, Joe?
Well, my job is here. I shouldn't have to. We should have a...
If you really have that much unction and anger about it, then why don't you go help her?
We should have a champion that presents himself a little better, by the by. Gregory set right back in. And Delirious, once again, has been ticked off by our champion. Not a smart strategy. Why would you mess with Daisy Hayes in the middle of a title match? Makes no sense to me.
Well, my guess is he's trying to play some mind games on Delirious as well.
Well, Gregory, with a neck breaker.
5 minutes gone by, 5 minutes.
Don't worry, Warriors, that's good money.
Gregory cover. Doesn't even hook a leg on a former Super Indy champion. Are you kidding me?
He was testing. He wanted to see where he was. How tired is he? How does he try and kick out? You learn a lot from these covers.
Do you ever really learn anything when Delirious is involved?
Sure. Just the other day I found out.
Oh, stop it, yeah. Crowd firmly in the camp of Delirious. Delirious back to the vertical base, elbows his way free. And a huge elbow by Gregory.
Oh, and now the crowd gets quiet.
What impact he had on that elbow.
You know why the crowd isn't behind Dennis Gregory?
I got a lot of reasons why the crowd isn't behind Dennis Gregory.
It's because they're confused because of the five-time champion. They can't count that high.
I see.
So they're still trying to figure it out.
As Gregory has a fireman's carry on Delirious. Maybe positioning him for the end of the road here, so to speak. Precarious position here. Delirious pushes Gregory off. And if Delirious can gain his footing, the tide could swing quite quickly. He's on the top. Huge leg drop.
Put the leg right into the center of Denny's chest there. This could be it.
And this may be all. If Delirious can get to the cover, but he can't in time. Gregory is stirring. And this could be the precious moment Delirious needs to mount an offensive.
Would that be the edge of sanity, Jam?
Very good, Mr. Farnsworth. I like it.
Well, I thank you.
And Gregory...
How'd you focus on how great I am?
Oh, come on.
Yeah, why don't you?
It's hard to with him reminding us every 5 minutes. And Daisy Hayes
making a big mistake.
I think Dennywood is officially closed for the summer.
They may have to do some repairs.
Serves him right for his overt chauvinistic treatment of Daisy Hayes, and Delirious has his opening. Our forearms, but Gregory with the knee. Look out here. Uranagi by Delirious, and he doesn't even want the pin. He wants to teach a lesson and beat the hell out of the champion. Almost got disqualified for the closed fist.
Yeah, he was out by 5.
Very true. Much like Gregory, used about 4.9 of it.
Like I always say, you take as much of an opportunity as you can. Oh,
Huge senton by Delirious. This is going to do it. 2.5 again. Champion kicks out. And certainly you don't win that title 5 times without having an incredible degree of staying power.
very true, very true. Regardless of what any of us feel about Dennis Gregory personally, you can't deny his ability in the ring.
But Delirious may be going for shadows over hell here. Gregory doesn't see it coming. Oh, now he does, but Delirious over the top. Oh, super kick to the face. Does Gregory have enough to follow through? Not right away. Took too much time, though. Is this going to be all? No. Another kick out. Delirious still has signs of life.
I think Daisy Hayes is looking over here.
She is not.
She is.
Maybe somebody warned her about you.
She gave me her number.
Delirious may be hurt here. He's backtracking. Oh, Gregory's got that belt. The same way. Oh, and Daisy Hayes tried to grab it. Oh, wait, and downstairs again. And Delirious with a roll-up. New champion. Delirious has no. Half a second or less of a new champion.
Delirious almost just stole the title.
Look out. Armbar into a submission. Stretching away at Dennis Gregory. Will the champion tap? Will he lose the title as quickly as he captured it?
There's sort of a Cobra clutch locked in pretty good.
Gregory back to his feet, however.
He's to the ropes.
Gregory pushes off. Shoulders are down here. Whose shoulders are down? That's the question. Who won here? All 4 shoulders look down, and Coulter gives it to Gregory.
Well, Gregory was on top of Delirious.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of this contest, and still IWC champion, Dennis Gregory.
Well, Gregory lucked out. Delirious took his eye off the ball for a second, more concerned with inflicting that damage on Gregory than with keeping his own shoulders off the canvas, and that is what cost Delirious the heavyweight title, but still a measure of revenge for Delirious and Daisy Hayes. A couple of perfectly placed offensive moves.
Well, he can have all the revenge he wants. When it comes down to it, what he doesn't have is the IWC title.
And what he didn't have, beyond all that psychology, was the experience and the intelligence of Dennis Gregory. Gregory is still your IWC heavyweight champion 5 times, I might add. That's CJ Sensation. That's that member of security he's had problems with.
Hey, get somebody.
Somebody's got to stop this here. Sensation has crossed paths with this member of security over the past several months as the kid's just trying to adjust the ring and CJ jumped in from behind. What the hell's wrong with him? You can understand if his temper's flaring after a matchup or something, the kid tries to help him. We understand pride, but that's uncalled for to jump someone from behind. Something's got to be done about this. The action continues with a 20-year-old star on the rise, and he's found himself a friend. Gargano had a Super Indy qualifying matchup with Jerry Lynn some months back. Gargano didn't. Where'd he go? He took off. Oh, he's back. Gargano did not win that qualifying matchup, but he opened a lot of eyes, and some say stole the show. And perhaps the most important set of eyes he opened was his opponent, Jerry Lynn. It seems after that effort, Gargano earned Lynn's mutual respect, and it seems Lynn is helping guide Gargano and take him under his wing. These individuals are on the rebound. Gargano looking for a victory, as is Troy Lords. Lords competed in Super Indy 6, but fell out of the first round thanks to the intensity and the submission skills of debut entrants. Troy Lords attempted to climb back up the rankings. And Farnsworth, when you look at the list of top contenders for the Super Indy title, and then you look beneath that list of the stars ready to break out, these two are at the top of that list.
Absolutely.
Lords has been there before, no mistake about it. He has captured the Super Indy Championship, but it seems he has lost a step or two of momentum in recent months. And it seems the crowd a bit split here. But what do you make of Farnsworth, this situation? Both men are very well respected. Troy Lords has put his life in limit risk for the Super Indy division for many, many months. But Gargano is trying to capitalize on a huge matchup with Jerry Lynn. And we see Jerry Lynn going to the back, has a match to prepare for later tonight against Larry Sweeney for the Super Indy title. But really, this is a situation where two athletes are both at a career crossroads.
To steal a phrase, 2 men enter, 1 man leave. There has to be I guess a pecking order established here, and the only way to do it is to have these two face off. So it doesn't matter whether they like each other, respect each other, haven't even heard of each other. They need to figure it out, and that's what they're working at. Pretzel.
Oh, let's not start with the pretzel talk here. Count of one, and I appreciate professionalism over your obnoxious chewing on camera, be that as it may. Troy Lords, the victim of a head scissors here.
You're just jealous.
Oh, I don't believe so at all.
You don't have a pretzel.
Johnny Gargano's style influenced by Alex Shelley, Jean Jacket influenced by Sami Callihan, and perhaps his style now to be and his mentality to be influenced by Jerry Lynn. And certainly there's not many better teachers you can have.
One of the advantages you have to being 115 years old,
stop it,
is that you get to see a lot, and he's getting to pass that down. Well, in the old-timey tradition that Jerry Lynn holds dear.
Gargano is more than 20 years Jerry Lynn Jr. Johnny Gargano is still 20 years old. It's amazing what he's accomplished in this business at that age. Only not even a 3-year pro yet. But age is only a number, Mr. Farnsworth, and we've seen a lot of athletes, both in this organization and a number of others, succeed and perhaps excel past their previous accomplishments when they get up into the 15, 20-year experience mark.
Well, assuming you're able to,
check this out. Rolling with the arm drag is Troy Lords. Got momentum on his side. Back to the clothesline, and Gargano with an arm drag takedown of his own and buries the knee right into the side of Troy Lords' face.
Showing some speed and some quickness there. One of the trademarks of Jerry Lynn. That speed, that style.
I would say Jerry Lynn not lost half a step in his style at all. And Troy Lords, the momentum sent Gargano springing backwards, and he went right into the back elbow of Troy Lords.
Troy Lords had a great showing last show, and he's definitely looking to repeat here.
That's what Troy Lords always brings, but however, it was not on the level of Super Indy 5 when he made it to the finals.
No. I should prepend. Technically, he did not come up victorious, but it was still a great match and a great showing.
Dropkick cover. Only a count of 2, however, Troy Lords started a little frustrated. You know, when you hit that top of the mountain, when you get that gold in your hands, when you're looked at and looked up to by the fans, the locker room, everybody, as being a champion, as being the best in your field, and you lose that could be a major psychological detriment, and that could be a major point of frustration and contention for Troy Lords, who has struggled to hit that height ever since he lost the Super Indy Championship.
Very astute observation. I don't really know what he's going through because I never fell off the mountain.
You never got near the mountain, pal.
Excuse me, I am the best color commentator in the world today.
Near fall. Well, this is not about us. It's about Troy Lords and Johnny Gargano battling for the rankings in the Super Indy division, the heavyweight division, any division.
Chuck Roberts said so.
Please. Troy Lords now on top of Johnny Gargano, trying to wear away. Gargano can have such an explosive style, much like a Jerry Lynn. We saw them go toe-to-toe with each other for some 10-15 minutes. In fact, I believe at Accept No Limitations earlier this year. And the Lords may be better served to ground Gargano, but Gargano back to the vertical base.
Well, you think Troy, not exactly an aged veteran, but he has, what, twice the experience of Gargano?
At least, yeah. And Troy Lords has a lot of big match experience, a lot of title match experience. And Gargano just dropped Troy Lords on the back of the head with that knee, right in the external occipital protuberance. And that could be what Gargano needed.
So what now?
So, bump on the back of your head.
When did you get the medical degree, Fancy Pants?
Referee Stephen Coulter with the obligatory 10 count. But neither of these men are going to stay down. Neither of these men are going to quit. That's for darn sure.
Troy Lords doesn't know the meaning of the word.
The southpaw Gargano with a wild swing, able to block Troy Lords' chop though, and connect with a clothesline. Elbow as well. Gargano mounts a little bit of momentum here. Got to wonder if Jerry Lynn put any bug in his ear about how to prepare for this matchup. And now raining down with the hard left hand.
5 minutes gone by, 5 minutes.
I was going to say, Troy Lords has seen more, had a little more experience. I've never seen a move like that, where he was able to pull him over from the Boston Crab like that. That was impressive.
Check this out, Gargano, a step ahead of Lords, sprung up behind him with the missile drop kick. This could be all here. Deep hook of the leg, and almost a count of 3. And Troy Lords double checking just to make sure. Troy Lords may have his bell rung after the impact of that drop kick. And Gargano looks like he may be about to finish off balls hot. But Lords up with the enziguri. Connects with Gargano in the back of the head.
Hit him right in the protuberance.
Leg sweep now just drives the leg right into the facial features. And Troy Lords measures his foe. High impact maneuver in the corner. Gargano staggers, but he's not down. And balls hot, going balls to the wall on the top turnbuckle. Gonna fly with a drop kick. Gargano taken down, but Lords hit hard as well. He may have hurt himself. There's a cover and a near fall.
And you can see the look on Troy Lords' face. He's regaining confidence. He's feeling it. He is, for lack of a better term, getting into the flow, into the groove. He feels like he's on top of it right now.
Troy Lords measuring Gargano, waiting for him to reach his feet.
And that's a mistake. He should be right on top of him, stomping a mud hole in him, to steal a phrase.
That's very true. And Lords going for the brain buster. He's put away many a man with this maneuver, but Gargano had it scouted. Oh, beautiful maneuver by Gargano. Connects with the feet after Lords hung on for the roll-up attempt. Very nicely done. And now Gargano got a arm and a cross body. Nobody home. Gargano came down right in his midsection. Back kick. Michinoku driver by Gargano. Deep hook. Is this going to be? Oh no. Another near fall.
And Troy Lords again fighting to get back up, fighting to maintain the control in the match that he had just lost.
This is a major clash here as far as momentum is concerned. We may see two careers travel down two very different paths after this matchup. Both men are fighting for the adulation and the opportunity to move up to the next level. Lords to return, Gargano to get there for the first time. Backslide attempt counter. Lords elevates, brain buster. This will be all. Troy Lords back on the winning ways, and he's got he did not get 3. Gargano somehow slid the left shoulder up.
A great kick out by Gargano. I'm impressed. Troy Lords had it hooked perfectly. Dumped him right on the top of his head.
And what does this do for the psyche of Troy Lords?
Well, it frustrates it. It angers him. Troy Lords has a temper on him as well.
That was one of the pet moves in Lord's arsenal. And Gargano, dead weight at this point.
Well, wouldn't you be?
Oh, with Gargano, leg sweep. Lords kicks his way off. Look out here. Lords, pinning combination. Gargano counters. Another cover. Another near fall. Check this out. Troy Lords now. Lamai Straw style cradle. Gargano hung on, and he got the pin.
Caught in it.
Here is your winner, Johnny Gargano!
And that pinfall reversal sequence, able to counter your opponent so many times, that's a Jerry Lynn staple. It looks like Gargano's under the learning tree.
Under the very old learning.
Stop it. I'm going to tell Jerry Lynn you said that.
Go ahead. Have him turn up the hearing aid first so he hears you.
Jerry Lynn, perhaps the most respected man in this business, aside from people like you.
I respect the hell out of him. He has been an amazing competitor for over 100 years.
Please. We apologize to Jerry Lynn and all of his fans. But one man that will not need an apology is Johnny Gargano with the victory over Troy Lords. Maybe thanks in part to the direction from Jerry Lynn. Where will that mentorship go? And where will these men's careers go?
Hey there, Joey.
Listen, Hentai didn't learn his lesson from Shiima and Gory, and he stuck his nose in our business. Super Hentai's not making it to Super Indy.
No matter what you see, don't stop filming. No matter who tries to stop you, don't stop filming.
Just keep it going.
You guys go. See ya!
Get him out of the truck. Grab him.
Here.
What do you got?
Sure it gets real.
What do you got, Jimmy?
No. Enough of this shit.
Oh, no.
Hold him down. Shut up, Jimmy.
Put him on the ground.
I told you no matter what. Step on his face, Marshall. Mick, hold his leg for me.
You know what this is? Look at that. You know what this is? You know what this is? It's your one chance. You don't show up on April 25th to Super Indy. You hear me? Because next time, we're gonna come, and it's gonna be in the middle of the night, because we know the guy behind the mask. We know where you live. Come on, let's get out of here. Let's go.
No. Show some respect.
Wait, babe. Well, somebody may be here to beat some respect into this family. Whom does the bell toll for, Mr. Barnsworth?
It tolls for the family, apparently. It looks like you brought some backup.
You know what? Norm's got me so pissed off tonight that there's nothing I can do to Norm. No. You know what? I'm going to take it out on each and every one of you Gambinos. Next show, we got you guys. Next show. You know what? The hell with next show. Who says that we go out there and kick the hell out of them tonight?
Before Big Jimmy DeMarco goes out there, see, I dealt with Vendetta and Jimmy on this. It wasn't just me. It was mainly, I made the call. I watched the snake get taken away, but it was to benefit everybody in this building.
And we all thank you.
Okay, and one other thing?
Yeah.
And I think both of you noticed this. Did Denny really say that he did it alone?
Yeah.
I don't know about that one.
Well, that's a very good point, Mr. McChesney. Indeed, we thank you for that unwelcome intrusion, but John McChesney was very instrumental in Dennis Gregory winning the IWC title. Perhaps McChesney feels a bit slighted. We'll further pursue that story as it goes on.
By Gambino, she represents at a total combined weight of 598 pounds. The team of Jimmy DeMarco making it personal, the family.
Well, with the McChesney's endless gripes against the world aside, One faction that is used to gripes is the family. Marshall the Bull, Nice Guy Mickey, Delicious Jimmy DeMarco, with their sister Vicky and flunkies Flexer and Ferrari on the outside. They put out a hit on Michael the Bomber Facade and Super Hentai, and they may have acted out either of those hits if it wasn't for their mentor Shirley Doe coming to the ring. Lawless, cruel activity from this faction.
Without Lord Connors, the inmates are running the asylum. While you're right, the most dangerous inmates are running the asylum. The Gambinos are in charge. Like Jimmy B said earlier, everything that's going to be going on, shut your mouth. Everything that's going to be going on in the next couple of months is all the brainchild of the Gambinos. Yeah, come on, old man, come on. I'll give you 25. I will punch you in your man, please. 25.
He's not an old man, he's just retarded. At least my mistake.
My mistake. So, since Super Hentai and Michael Facade and Shirley Doe haven't gotten a message, tonight is the final point. Shirley Doe's gonna get his hip broken now, old man. Super Hentai's getting his career ended tonight, and Michael the Bomber Facade, you just might end up losing your life, pal. So I hope you enjoyed all the years you've been on this earth, because it all comes to an end tonight.
Hey, no, come on now. Forget the Gambinos getting in the faces of these fans here. This is not called for.
Really, that fan's looking to become a trophy in the Baby Bulls.
That fan is lucky there was a referee and a lot of steel in the way.
Especially being that fan doesn't seem much bigger than Marshall's breakfast.
That's true. And a not-so-subtle threat from the family laid down to Joe Hentai and Facade. They're going for the ultimate hit in this six-man war. Facade almost had his neck broken thanks to a pile driver. Hentai was assaulted at the training school he helps run, and he was power bombed in the bed of a freaking truck. How do you get much more heinous than those actions?
Well, I think the question I'm concerned with is why don't they get the message? I mean, I'm friends with the guys, but really, not smart.
What do you want them to do? Turn their tail and run?
Yes! It's the family.
And I fail to believe they associate themselves with the likes of you.
If the Gambinos show up and tell you to do something, do you disobey them?
Me? No. I don't have a death wish. But Hentai, Facade, and Doe
have a death wish?
Well, they're not me. They can fight. They've been through pain before. They'll be through pain again. And there's a lot of personal animosity here. What the family has done goes beyond the realm of professional wrestling and beyond the realm of competition. They tried to end a man's career. They tried to end a man's career in the ring, and they tried to end a man's career out of the ring when they attacked Hentai at the training school, the coalition of competition.
And if they really wanted to, they could have. You saw Jimmy DeMarco threw that cinder block away from Hentai as opposed to on to Hentai.
Yeah, right.
And there was if they wanted to end the career, they could have right there. They tried to give him a chance to leave, but Super Hentai is just too pig-headed for it, for lack of a better term. So, what is it then? You consider this heroic?
I consider this, yeah, in a way, I consider this fighting for what you believe in. I consider it fighting against the IWC locker room bullies of the family. You're not just going to turn your tail, tuck your tail, and skip town because a couple guys threaten to beat you up. As dangerous and as ruthless and deadly as those guys are, we saw Hentai Doe and Facade at Super Indy with baseball bats, with weaponry. They're ready to take the fight for the family. The family can be defeated, that's for sure, but it takes a hell of a good team to do it. you know, you mentioned Farnsworth. Those were very sick, perverse warning shots, for lack of a better term. Facade attack in this building, the hentai videotape we saw tonight, they may carry out that promise.
Very, very true. And if anyone ends up hurt or injured, it's on their head. Well, they should have turned their tails, tucked their tails, and ran out of town when they had the chance.
Could you ever envision Facade, or especially Joe or Hentai, doing that?
No, but it doesn't mean that's not what they should. It doesn't mean it's the right decision. Oh, well, they couldn't. That's not in their character.
While Shirley Doe has survived dozens of instances that probably should have ended with his career being ended. We want to talk about barbed wire, cement, blood, fire, all of the above.
But how many more times can he take that before it finally does catch up with him?
Well, that's a good question. But, you know, we may find that answer tonight. But Doe is the longest reigning champion of all time. He's the only man to defend the title in another continent. He's time-tested. He's a veteran. And he's still as sadistic and ruthless as ever. And he was quick to defend his longtime protege, Super Hentai, and his more recent protege, Michael Facade, when they were in trouble and in danger of their own careers being damaged by the family.
Look, there's no doubt that they can take the fight to the family. It's just, you know, when you're looking at a castle, it doesn't matter what handgun you shoot at the castle wall. It's not going to help. I mean, you're looking at a numbers game. They have 3 guys out there. Right now there are 6 on the other side, and one of them isn't here.
Marshall and Hentai going toe-to-toe center of the ring. May seem like a mismatch, but not till you experience Hentai's hard right hands. So much power in that frame. And Hentai puts on the brakes and steps right back in and asks for more.
Hentai is deceptively powerful. As you pointed out, not one of the biggest men in the locker room, but certainly knows how to use every ounce of that of the power that he does have.
And he's still got that agility. There's no substitute for the weight advantage, though. And Marshall's probably got about 100 pounds on Hentai. And he's using it expertly, but Hentai putting the brakes on every time Marshall tries to pitch him to the outside. Third tie-up now. I find it very interesting. This Farnsworth may be the calm before the storm, as Marshall gets sent to the outside, and he did not appreciate that. We've seen gang warfare, we've seen weaponry, we've seen all-out fights between these factions over the past 4 or 5 months. Here, more conventional, at least until now. Looks like Hentai maybe planted something here. Is he gonna fly? No. Drives the legs into Mickey and Marshall a couple of times. And DeMarco is the one that gets deposited on the family. And watch out for Facade here. The suburban terrorist creeping while you're sleeping. And he may have put the family to sleep with a tope hilo.
He almost overshot him.
Incredible agility by the youngest man in this matchup, Michael Facade.
And Hentai climbing the top rope.
Oh my God. Hentai's on top. Look out here. Somersault Quacha. A senton by Super Hentai. And Shirley Doe's feeling at center of the ring.
Doe gonna fly.
No, oh, Vicky Gambino. Oh, wait a second now. Flexer, Ferrari, blatantly in the ring as the referee is admonishing Vicky Gambino, and we got a gang beatdown on the inside of the damn ring.
What'd I tell you? It's the numbers game.
Well, it is, absolutely. This underground gang, something's got to be done here.
5 minutes gone by, 5 minutes.
Because as time goes on, they only get powerful, more powerful. Even without Vendetta here.
Who's going to do what?
That's a good question. There's a reason that businesses like this rise to such great power and prominence in certain parts of the world.
I mean, who else would you have go against the family? Who else besides these guys have the ability? You're looking at the top of the pack here in IWC, and they're fighting a losing battle. They tried to do it from an administrative end by punishing Bald Evil Vendetta, and they just turned it around on him.
That's right. Vendetta's still feeling the effects of Snake Roberts from earlier tonight. But DeMarco getting involved. I look at like vultures on the outside. Vicky, Gambino, and these flunkies just waiting to pick their spot, just waiting for their cue to get involved.
They're taking advantage. I don't blame them. I mean,
well, you really can't.
You got your especially when you're in the ring with someone like Shirley Doe. Yeah, you just got to keep beating them.
Well,
that's the only way to win.
Quite frankly, I'm surprised the match has been this civilized thus far. But Doe breaks free from the clothesline and measures DeMarco and Mickey with a couple of his own. Tagging to Michael Facade. Look out here. Facade with a series of kicks, martial arts style.
One to the head.
And Facade, forearms, look out, reversal. And Facade with a drop kick to Marshall the Bull. And Facade, the man who quite nearly had his neck broken by the family. Clearly full of energy here, full of intent, motivation, but he got backdropped to the outside. And no safe way to land. Oh, wait a second. Referee's distracted in the ring. On the outside, DeMarco has another chair. Come on. Marshall Gambino taunting Doe and Hentai. Look out! God! Jeez! The dent! That's Facade's skull in that chair.
That's what's left of Facade's skull on that chair.
And DeMarco with the cutter on the chair again. Doe and Hentai trying to get to save their partner. The flunkies are involved. And once again, just like last time, just like in that tag match, we have a scary situation with Facade. I apologize, my view's a tad obstructed. I couldn't see how Facade landed, but you gotta believe his priorly injured neck has been jarred. You gotta believe that he's gotta be concussed, Farnsworth.
That'd be my guess. I mean, again, we can't really see him, but...
This is vile. And now the damn mugging continues, because it's 3-on-1 in the ring. And I have not seen Facade move yet. How far will one group of individuals go to make a statement? What line won't they cross?
There are no lines anymore. I mean, the Gambinos will do whatever it takes for them to maintain their grip, their supremacy.
This is unsettling. It really is.
10 minutes gone by, 10 minutes.
And DeMarco with the chin lock on Hentai.
Shirley Doe still checking on Facade. I don't think is like up to his knees.
We need some help. If anybody can hear me in the back, we desperately need some help out here for Facade. Shirley Doe's heart's in the right place, but I mean, Super Hentai needs his help just as much at this point.
Absolutely. There's still a match going on. And 6-on-1 is definitely where Hentai doesn't want to be.
Yeah, again, the family goes too far, and it's so demoralizing to see what they'll do to respected members of this roster to further their goal, their cause, their mission, whatever you want to state it as.
Well, they had the opportunity to not show up. Michael Facade stepped into that ring knowing full well what the Gambinos are capable of.
But you just don't do that. You don't intentionally intend to hurt somebody. Any professional wrestling, these people, they have livelihoods, they have families to support, they have to make a living. You don't intentionally hurt someone like the Gambinos have intentionally hurt so many. And hopefully, Shirley Doe will intentionally hurt some people of his own right now.
Well, you don't intentionally hurt people. They do. DeMarco Facade knew that was one of the consequences that could happen stepping into the ring with the Gambino. I hope the kid's okay, but really, he should have seen it coming.
Marshall blocked the magic bullet, came through with a clothesline. This could be all, but Hentai, realizing the 3-on-2 odds, and that's only legally speaking, had to do something and get involved, as Bobby Williams, the official, has lost complete control.
Hentai them. Oh, double knees in the corner. Triple knees in the corner. Quadruple knees in the corner?
I somehow doubt that. But Hentai pulling it all out here, figuratively speaking, and Marshall with a twisting powerbomb. And Hentai able to instinctively roll out a dodge, and Shirley Doe, thankfully right there, to take away the attention. Doe's feeling it. The charge in and the flunkies were waiting. But Doe with shots to both of them. And DeMarco with the cutter again. Candy coated cookie cutter. Is DeMarco gonna pin the most storied champion though?
Close. DeMarco saw his opportunity. Snapped off the cutter. But as we've said time and time again, it takes more than that to beat Shirley Doe.
Oh, that's without a doubt true. What is this? Curse of the Gambino with DeMarco and Marshall. DeMarco from the top dropped him down. That's the curse of the Gambino. And Mickey's upset that DeMarco stole a spot in the move.
Well, Mickey's sort of a vain guy like that.
Well, there's a cover. Is that going to be all? No. Doe stopped the hand of Bobby Williams. And it's only two, quite obviously. Al DeMarco pacing around ringside with that steel chair again. And now the curse, the conventional curse to Shirley Doe. But Hentai chips up Mickey. Drop kick for Marshall. Watch DeMarco. Got the chair. Look out. And Shirley Doe takes it in the skull as well. Facade back in. Oh, bleeding.
Bleeding like a champ.
Facade returns the favor. But Marshall sends another chair to Facade's head, right to the crimson mask of Facade. Marshall, dazed and confused. Doe sends him into the buckle. Maybe a DDT come up. Hentai spears DeMarco into the flunkies. Everybody down. Except for Doe and Marshall. Tornado DDT. Is this going to be all? The cover. The damn it, Vicky Gambino. From the outside, that witch got herself involved. Oh! Vendetta, come on. We thought Vendetta was down and out from Jake Roberts, and a powerbomb to Doe. The power of Vendetta, as the family had one last trick up their sleeve.
Now it's 7 on 3. Oh, well.
And Vendetta leaves. The job is done. Near 300 pounds from the top. Marshall Gambino hits the cover. And that's it. The family won it again.
What did I tell you?
Here are your winners, the family!
Unbelievable. The family are victorious. And if Joe, if Hentai, if Facade aren't enough to keep this family down, what will be? And the assault continues. Oh, come on, DeMarco with a chair. This match is over. Stop the assault. Stop this. Nothing more than a gang mugging again.
Well, that's what gangs do.
Stop. There's no place in a wrestling ring.
And he is just beating the
Come on, stop it. Stop it, damn it. Relentless with a fire assault with that chair. What's wrong with him?
we've asked ourselves that since day one. We've known there's something wrong with him. We just don't know what.
And it looks like the family's not done. This is deplorable. Somebody help this kid, Facade. Oh my God. Now don't do that. Don't you dare do that. The Lord! No guilt. You saw his body bounce. A disgusting display by this vile family. Somebody do something. Is everybody that intimidated? Is everybody that afraid?
Who's going to help? Who's going to come out?
Has the Gambino family succeeded in their first official, fully executed hit? Facade is bloody, he's broken, he's battered, and he may be the first casualty of this war. Delirious and to capture the Super Indy Championship, retain the Super Indy Championship, I should say, and also regain his own personal belt, the Texarkana TV title. And Sweeney, see him walking out with the Super Indy Championship as Jerry Lynn outright refused that belt until he pinned the prior title holder. You got to admire that.
I'm not sure that the poor old guy wasn't a little confused. Stop it. Dementia sets in. It's tough to reason with them.
I can't wait till Jerry Lynn gets his hands around your throat.
Bony, withered hands. Oh no.
This man survived. Shiima, Xion, Jason Gory, and Davey Richards.
Not to mention World War II.
To come out on top in Super Indy 6. A former TNA X-Division Champion, NWA World Tag Team Champion, WWE Light Heavyweight Champion, and ECW World Heavyweight Champion. One of the most decorated athletes on the scene today is the new Epic Joe, who as of Super Indy was the new Epic Champ. However, Lynn refuses to recognize the reign until he pins Sweeney. However, officially in the record books, he is champion now. But that could change at the end of the night.
Yeah, well, you notice Sweeney carrying the belt.
Well, Sweeney relinquished it to Lynn, but Lynn refused. On record, Lynn won the tournament, so Lynn is the rightful champion. He just does not want possession of the belt until he feels he's earned it.
Well, you know what I'd like to see? A unification match here. Let's combine the prestige of the Super Indy belt with the prestige of the ICW, ICWA, Texarkana TV.
I understand the importance of that title to Sweeney, and that's all well and good, but that belt's got nothing on the Super Indy strap. Held by men like Colt Cabana, Chris Sabin, Super Hentai, John McChesney, a number of others.
And Jason Gory briefly held the...
Certainly he did as well.
And he also held the Texarkana.
Yes, he did.
So he would be one of two people to have held both belts.
That we know of, yes. Is it time for a strut off, Farnsworth?
I'm not sure if it's a strut off or he's just doing a display.
An exhibition of strut, I understand. Sweeney going old school here. Lynn's feeling it. The machine gun.
Always a classic.
And I don't mean Shirley and Saban either. Is it Jerry Lynn's turn? Calisthenics? I'll check this out.
Look at that pop lock and groove. That was a little funky.
About time you give Jerry Lynn some credit. Check out Sweeney go. You gotta love it.
And the swim back to the corner.
More like the crawl, but I'll give him the benefit of the doubt.
Grenade.
And he passes the ball over to Jerry Lynn. A little bit of Jackie Fargo action. I'm sure our promoter will like that. The Pee Wee Herman shuffle.
That would be the big red shoe dance show.
And I think we're gonna call this one. What do you think? Advantage Jerry Lynn?
No way. You saw the moves of the sweet and sour one.
Well, I think we're down to business now.
That might be a pre-match of the year candidate.
I would agree with that. As Super Indy title is at stake here. Larry Sweeney, the two-time champion, against multiple-time world regional champion Jerry Lynn. Lynn challenged for the Super Indy title in 2002, came up short, won the title last month, and could have a chance to hold the title. Oh my gosh.
And the strut-off hasn't really ended. They're strutting around each other in the ring.
What was that by Jerry Lynn? Maybe a little bit of Junkyard Dog?
A little bit.
Maybe half a Junkyard Dog, half a Jimmy Valiant maybe? Head scissors by Lynn. As both men are feeling funky, they're feeling more sweet than sour right now.
Well, if anyone knows funky, it's you, Funky Joey D.
Oh, stop it. I'm gonna find out who wrote that on my pay envelope too. Be that as it may. Head scissors by Sweeney. Lynn up and over into a side headlock. And Lynn grounding Sweeney here. Lynn is a mat master. He shines so well in technical wrestling. Shoulder tackle there. Lynn takes Sweeney down. And tempers may be beginning to flare a little bit here.
Yeah, it's all fun and games until all of a sudden the gold's on the line. And I think Jerry Lynn's realizing he wants that title.
Oh, more than anything.
He may like, whether he likes him or not, that doesn't fall into any form of judgment here. It's you do what you got to do to get the title.
Lynn wants to win it, but he wants to do it the right way. Jerry Lynn may be the last consummate professional left in this business. He's never taken a shortcut. He's never undercut anybody, and he still holds so much respect for everybody in that locker room, as well as the championships that they compete for.
And Larry Sweeney catching himself and going right back to that headlock each time.
Standing side headlock with a wide vertical base by Larry Sweeney, very expertly applied. But if anybody's going to know a counter for anything, it's Jerry Lynn. He turns right back into a side headlock of his own. Right in the center of the ring.
Jerry Lynn definitely has the experience advantage. Oh, and a blatant hair pull.
That caught me off guard a little. I think that caught Sweeney off guard a little too.
Looks like Sweeney's slowing the roll down a little bit, regrouping.
Well, Sweeney wrestles a lot of guys of a lot of different styles. So I don't know if he's ever wrestled somebody whose mind moves as rapid as Jerry Lynn. Jerry Lynn can be 4, 5, 6 moves ahead of you at a moment's notice. And if Sweeney goes too far, too fast, he's going to fall behind. He's going to be vulnerable. Shoulder tackle takedown. Up and over. Lynn ducks the head, but Sweeney with a leapfrog. And Sweeney went for the eye poke, and Lynn met his match there. Lynn is beating Sweeney to the punch.
Well, he's learned all these dirty tricks. I mean,
and one must think that Sweeney attempted a hair pull before Lynn did as well, since that's drastically out of the character of Mr. Lynn.
I'm sure that you, had he actually pulled the hair, it probably would have snapped off, being that his old hair is all brittle.
Oh, stop it.
Stringy.
Have some respect.
I have nothing but respect for him.
Well, you could have fooled me. Sweeney sends Lynn in, hangs on.
I think what you should respect is that the man who is in there wrestling is over 100 years old, and there should be some health concerns.
Who is he, George Hackenschmidt? Get out of here.
No, he trained Hackenschmidt.
Stop it. Then now with a horizontal side headlock. Riding all of his weight over Sweeney, right on that neck and shoulder. Trying to weaken up the body here. To weaken up that head and neck, that cradle pile driver, much more lethal as time goes on. Sweeney sends Lynn for the ride, however. Pace quickens its advantage. Lynn brings him around with a tilt-a-whirl satellite head scissors. Beautifully done. Attempted a roll-up. Sweeney puts the brakes on, however, and Lynn gets hung up, goes first, on that tightly enforced ring cable. That's what Sweeney needed to slow down Jerry Lynn. And Jerry Lynn, despite whatever knocks you want to make about his age, experience level, can still move as quick as anybody in that ring. And we saw that last month with the quickest men on this roster, Shiima, Xion, and Jason Gory.
Yeah, very true. I mean, he moves with guys, 8 times younger than him.
Well, I'll accept that as a compliment, move on. As Sweeney measures Lynn with a pair of fist drops, Ted DiBiase-like accuracy by Mr. Sweeney. And out into the cover, but only a count of 1 that time. Lynn, the veteran, knows to stay off his back as much as humanly possible, especially in a title situation.
Ooh, excuse me. Very true. And we've seen Sweeney try to go back to his bag of tricks, what brought him to the dance. He realizes the caliber of athlete he's in there with, and he's trying to get a shortcut or two through. But which is a side of Sweeney we haven't seen in a while. I gotta say, I welcome it back.
Well, we'll see if it's effective here. It certainly was in his early months in IWC. Sweeney may feel he needs to. Let's face it, it can be very intimidating going into the ring with somebody the credentials and mind, the ability of Jerry Lynn. And Sweeney's just trying to keep Lynn where he can see him, where he can control him, slowly wear away Jerry Lynn's energy. It's easier said than done. And now pace quickens again. Lynn gets cross body. 2-0. And Sweeney with a knee. Jerry Lynn loves a complex offense. If Sweeney can keep it basic, it's his advantage.
Yeah, very true.
We got to cover. Again, only a count of 1. Lynn wasting no time getting out.
Jerry Lynn understands how to switch up style at the drop of a hat. Larry Sweeney pretty much wrestles as Larry Sweeney. His offense is uniquely Sweeney.
And Sweeney, look out, drops back with the elbow. Could be all here, hook of the leg, but no, Jerry Lynn able to survive. You make a great point. Lynn has been able to survive and thrive in the extreme style of ECW, the high-flying style of the TNAX division, Ring of Honor, WWE, WCW, the Global Wrestling Federation. Lynn has survived everywhere.
Not only survived, but flourished, prospered.
Absolutely true. And Lynn with a leg sweep on Sweeney, able to take him down, get a moment of breather. The new weapon show.
Oh, he may have broke his hip.
Oh, stop with the hip references. Pull the tights by Sweeney, sends Lynn to the outside. This is more Sweeney's domain than Lynn, I would say.
And Sweeney gave him a little bit of a breather before coming over and pounding on his head, where Sweeney had have been right on top of him out there, putting the boots to him.
We've seen Sweeney do some serious damage on the outside of the ring before, most recently in that matchup with John McChesney, that death match. And Sweeney, more so in his element at this portion of the contest. Measures Lynn with the right hand. And check this out. Up and over, Lynn. No. Sends Sweeney into the post. Oh, check that out. High risk situation.
Ran, then suddenly changed directions and dove somersault style onto Sweeney.
And Jerry Lynn showing he can still break out the tricks there. The somersault senton into the barricade, and Lynn can mix it up as well. No doubt about that. But you gotta believe Jerry Lynn does not want to count out victory.
Oh no, not at all. I mean, technically the belt's his.
Mm-hmm.
He does not have to win it by pinfall or submission.
Well,
but he could win it by count out.
That's a very blurry line.
Owns the he has the belt.
Well,
he has the title according to the books.
We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. But Sweeney looking for a suplex here to send Lynn in. Lynn puts the brakes on. Look out for the ride. But Lynn sweeps through the legs. And then plants Sweeney face first. Look out. Connects with a leg drop. Sweeney draped on that second ring cable. And in with a splash. This could be all. Lynn with a cover and no.
10 minutes gone by. 10 minutes.
And you got to wonder who the advantage would go to as time progresses.
Well, you figure the longer this match goes, the more impatient Jerry Lynn is going to get because Matlock's on at 11.
Stop it, please. Larry Sweeney slams Lynn from the top.
They're about equal conditioning-wise.
Sweeney may be going for the 12-large elbow, but nobody was home.
And Lynn getting a chance to collect himself. A little breather.
And this is what he needed here. So much strength has been sapped out of Larry Sweeney and Jerry Lynn as well. It's back to square one. You hear the crowd divided 50-50.
Actually, I'd probably do it at about 40-40, with the other 20% just going blah, blah, blah.
Delirious fans, what is that? Cover in the ring, 2-0. And Lynn counters out and no.
No, they just don't have enough teeth for me to be able to understand what they're saying.
Oh, excuse me. Fisherman suplex by Sweeney, cover. This is going to be all. No, Lynn kicks out. And Larry Sweeney, half second away from the Super Indy Championship. Lynn with an inside cradle here. This could be all. Sweeney reverses. 2 again and no. Look out. Ride reversal up and over. Lynn catches Sweeney here.
And Sweeney refusing to let go.
That's a smart move. We got drop face first. And Lynn now, tornado DDT, nicely done. Gonna do it. 2 and no. Sweeney's still alive. Can you believe what both men are taking out of each other in this matchup so far, all for the prize of the Super Indy title?
Well, it shows how coveted that title really is, just how much both are willing to fight for it.
Sweeney with a leg sweep. Cover, no. Shoulders were down for a moment, but Lynn now got catapulted into the corner. Is Sweeney ready to put Lynn away here? Backslide attempt. going to be all? No, Lynn rolls with the momentum. Backslide of his own. Is this going to be all? Cover. Drive with the legs and up. Sweeney's still alive. Oh, clothesline. Check this out. Spine buster. Lynn got dropped, and we got a cover now. Is Sweeney get a window? Super Indy 10 with a balance. The man who holds the belt versus the man who rightfully won it at Super Indy 6.
An interesting spine buster by Larry Sweeney. He does more of a torque version where he whips the guy down as opposed to trying to use his weight to drive him down. Playing to his advantages, as it were. Oh.
Gourd buster, nicely done. Face first goes Lynn. And a near fall again. Lynn still survives.
And Sweeney looking frustrated. Wants to know what it's going to take to beat Jerry Lynn.
Well, we got part of this crowd chanting Jerry, part of this crowd chanting Larry. And that's the story of this matchup so far. It's been even.
And both men known to use a pile driver.
Without a doubt, Sweeney went for his version.
Oh,
Lynn countered. Drives him down right in the back of the neck. This could be all. Jerry Lynn, no 2.5.
You have to wonder how much are left in the reserves with both men. They're giving it to each other as hard as they can.
Lynn.
By the way, sexual harassment paid me to say that last line.
Well, that's I won't pursue that avenue. Sweeney elbowing his way free to the go behind.
68 comeback special.
68 comeback special. Next one, DDT. Great combo. Is that enough?
He has him in position.
And Sweeney heads to the top. This could be all. No, Lynn catches him. Hard right. Second time.
You figure Lynn's trying to get him into position for something.
Look out. Hurricane run up on the top. A super Rana, but Sweeney rolls towards the ropes. But he could not roll away from the cradle pile driver. So it seems. Lynn drops him. Will that seal the fate? Sweeney is done.
Ladies and gentlemen, your new and current.
The winner of this contest and the undisputed IWC Super Indy champion, Jerry Lynn.
A month after climbing the mountain to officially win that Super Indy championship, Jerry Lynn can finally, with no reservations, no hesitations, no restraint, accept that championship and realize he earned it.
He has 2 belts. Did he win the ICWA title?
Well, not to my knowledge. We'll have to check with the board of directors on that one. But be that as it may, Jerry Lynn, now the rightful and reigning IWC Super Indy champion. Ladies and gentlemen, what a night it has been. Hell hath no Fury 3.
Hey. Wow. Oh, God. Let's hear it for Jerry Lynn, huh? You know, this is a huge moment for me when I won this belt 13 months ago. And it's not happening now. But there's no shame in losing to a great, great wrestler. And that's what you are, Shirley. You know, it's not going to be all brown nosing right now, because I do have some bad news. And this is in line with something IWC fans might remember. I heard today from the ICWA Board of Directors down in Shreveport, Louisiana. And Mr. Lynn, I'm sorry to inform you that they could not authorize the belt to be on the line in this match tonight. So, ICW Texarkana, 21-time and reigning Texarkana television champion, the Sweet and Sour Larry.
I have never been one to turn down a challenge from anybody, no matter how big. When I broke into business, it was a bunch of 6'3" plus gassed up monsters, and I got a lot of frequent flyer mileage, I'll tell you that. So I'll tell you what, anytime you want, I'll be standing in line for this, okay? And you know what? I've been watching you, and you've come a long ways. And it was an honor for me to get in this ring and beat you for this belt. Oh. One more stipulation. You buy me a couple drinks at the Carriage Inn after the show.
Done. Don't be on the loop. I'll fight you again next time. Thank you very much.
Great last act. Both men proved to be. Sweeney is the Texarkana champion, but Lynn is the official and undisputed Super Indy champion.
And just in time for Matlock.
Stop it. We'll see you next time on IWC DVD. Good night, everybody.